Hello investors and welcome back to Just Randy Stocks. During this video we're going to be talking about why people are up at 3 a.m. in the morning. Does it have anything to do with Biden and the US Senate passing the 1.2 trillion infrastructure bill? No. Does it have anything to do with the jobless claim numbers that fell 7,000? No, I don't think so. It has to do with this ticker symbol WISH, WISH. This is one that I talked about last Friday on my 8 stock picks. So if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and go back and check it out. I was saying that this is one to watch and you probably want to gain an entry position in the $12 range. And guess what? Guess what happened today? That's right. It dipped down to that $12 range. And I want to talk about tomorrow, while people probably aren't talking about the infrastructure bill or the jobless claim numbers, it did pose a potential positive green day for tomorrow. So I think that's good news. I don't think that's why people are up at 3 a.m., but there is some excitement really building around the stock. So let's talk a little bit about it. So as you can see from my screen right here, WISH, our mission: bring on affordable and entertaining mobile shopping experience to billions of consumers around the world. This is something that you always want to see with a stock, is that they do have a reach, a global reach. One stock that I've covered in the e-commerce territory that's come to market recently is Coupang, and that is just based in South Korea with potential expansion. Now you can see Wish came to market last year in the $22-24 range, I believe, and then it has taken a drop and then started to gain a lot of attention within these last few weeks, since June 8th specifically. We'll talk about that in a moment. So let's take a quick look at the chart. There's two things that I want to point out on the chart, and of course that's the E, which is the earnings dates here. You can see there was a positive uptrend after earnings. There's also a positive uptrend after earnings here, and I want to look at what's happening now. So I'm taking a look at the RSI. I have this yellow line which is telling me the trend. So this stock is trending up, as you can see here. Haven't got any cross lines down here, so I don't have a sell signal, but this is one you might want to hold on to through earnings and past earnings. I would say entry level position was in the $12 range. Hopefully some of you got in on this last Friday when I was talking about it. They're still holding, or you took a position today. So as you can see, the earnings is coming up. So let's take a look at the financials. Let's look at revenue. So you can see revenue has been increasing all the way through 2020. And we have the operating expenses here that are putting us into the overall operating income in the negative range. So right here, our selling, general, and administrative expenses have been quite large, and they've been increasing. You know, as the company's growing, that's what's happening. So your SG and A here, this is the definition. Typical SG&A items include the rent, salary, advertising, marketing expenses, and distribution costs. So just in case you were curious about that. Now let's talk about trend, because a lot of these stocks have just been taking off because they've been trending. So here I've pulled up quiverquantitative.com, and you can see we're already up 9%. But if you scroll down here and we go back to June 8th, 4,061 discussion points on Wall Street bets. That was the earnings. So if you go here to their 2021 annual meeting shareholder, you can see that's when this started trending upwards. So we'll go back to the chart, and you can see that this thing is just getting a lot of attention. So tomorrow could be quite explosive, and then through the weekend, this might be one that you want to hold on to through the $20 range at least, I believe is what most people are saying. So let's talk about that price action, and let's look at our option plays. So anytime we expect that a stock is going to go up and it's trending upwards, we want to take a look at our options. You can buy regular stock for this, but I like to look at the options. So we're going to look at the date after earnings. So earnings is on the 11th, so we're going to look on August 20th because we want to hold this past earnings. I believe the earnings numbers potentially historically they've been good and they could do well again. So we want to look at the $20 range here, and we want to look at volume, open interest, and implied volatility. And my goodness, this is 200% implied volatility. And honestly, $2.90 is not bad, seeing that we've got a lot of time, to average down if we need to. It's been at a low of 180. It's been at a high of 290. So $100 variation there between the low and high. So I always like to play conservative with these. If I miss my opportunity, I'll just catch the next one, but I like to go low. I like to put that number in. So this could go to a point where there is a short, small sell-off. It'll dip down. I try not to catch these in the morning. I like to watch my charts, see what they're going to do before I buy an entry. You know where you're at in this. But that's the update for this video. If you don't have Wish on your list, you should keep this on your radar. I believe this is one that's going to continue to trend until it gets past $20. Make sure you put your stop loss in. So make sure you do that early. You want to make sure even in your option plays, you're ready to sell this at, double the price or whatever it is, because when these brokerages get locked up, it is very difficult to do anything. They shut them down. So that's another signal. If it gets frozen or held or hold or anything, sometimes that's a signal that it's going to go down after that. So I would try and exit my position as soon as if you haven't put that stop loss in yet. But that's all I have for this evening. And for those of you that are still up at 3 or 4 a.m., hey, don't get some sleep. Get some sleep. I'll see you in the next video.